So this last section is about AI trends. What has been trending in the news and where are people pretty much creating announcements. So first, there's the talk about open source versus closed source large language models, where you can use kind of closed source models to also build more powerful, smaller parameter models as well by querying bigger models and saying, answer these questions and then describe the reason why you gave that answer. And so it's kind of really, really interesting where that's leading to. There's definitely a catch up between open source and closed source that's happening. Closed is just a little bit ahead, but that 6-month lagging time is going to go away pretty soon. Then you have lawsuits and regulation, definitely a lot of testing frameworks and thinking about governance. I feel like every week a new type of regulation that people are trying to push through. And the hard thing about that is that it's changing very, very quickly. I mean, we have no idea what context windows look like. There's infinite context windows that are coming out now. Then there's also the media impact. There was the SAG strike, and now after the SAG strike was discussed and kind of settled, there is now a lot more creator economy boom after Sora came out. If Sora came out and then they did the SAG strike, I feel like there could be a lot more negotiation that was possible. But there's so much that's being taken away by other tech. So basically, media tech is pretty slow. You have bigger and longer types of more highly produced articles and more highly produced movies, but effectively in the attention space where everything's 1 minute long, all of those are built by individuals or built by smaller companies. Image security, phishing, misinformation, that all is very, very scary. I think that it's going to lead to a lot of bigger companies updating their policies, but also updating the way that they do multi-factor authentication or figuring out how they remove customer service in some ways so that there's not some automatic ways to get your number SIM swapped or other pieces. Maybe passkeys are the answer here, but effectively the information that you're seeing within social media may also be multiplied if you have a trusted AI agent that tells you things, right? Instead of if it summarizes all of your echo chamber, then you might kind of just go further down the hole. I would say that hardware and gaming is pretty fascinating here. I fully expect my AI partner to be in a headset of some sort. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's like a Tamagotchi, but I would, put on my Quest 3 and be able to talk to somebody that I can play video games with. The terms of services and new integrations that are coming around are really growing very quickly. ChatGPT Enterprise, which we have now. There's also ChatGPT 4 Turbo that was just announced. There's also the GPT Store that's been growing, and GPT-5 and whatever that means. There's, this huge race on who can get the bigger context window and who can integrate more with the existing data systems that are out there. The multimodal things that have happened are pretty fascinating. I mean, GPT-4V, the vision model was really, really cool. I mean, being able to indicate, and now, every model has it. Anthropic's Claude has a vision model. There's a lot more research that's coming out. I feel like Google Lens and Gemini has kind of blended each other. So if you ever use Google Lens, you can basically take a picture of anything and it'll search for it and be able to return where you can buy that particular thing. I think those integrations are coming together quite quickly. And I think big companies, because they have all the data, will continue to provide upgrades for their features. And we'll start to see smaller companies that may have less to risk. I think the big companies have big brands. And so if Google makes a mistake, they will definitely get, they'll lose customers or they'll have a huge stock price drop. But if a small company makes a mistake, then they'll say, hey, it's just alpha testing, right? We didn't expect this to happen. So those are things to think about and different trending news that I've seen.